Hello, my name is Monique Nowlin, and I'm your host for today's episode of Our Ventura TV. I'll be talking with Alex Loza, a junior at a local high school in Ventura County. Alex will be talking about his experience as a young person learning and living through the pandemic. Alex, thank you. Welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you for the invitation.
So, Alex, can you tell us about your experience as a young person who has pivoted from in person learning to learning virtually?
Yeah, so that experience wasn't always the best for me. It started off being really difficult for me, having to adjust to such a sudden change. I learned, looking back at it, I learned that I took a lot of things for granted, such as like going to school every day, waking up, seeing my friends, seeing all the teachers, and just having having like at least being able to communicate with them. And now looking back at it, I really did take it for granted. And but after a while, I did get used to it, which was good. It just took some time, thanks to teachers who tried to make it as close to as in-person learning. They really did a good job of making me feel like I was welcome and that that they were there for me, so that really helped. And also having the internet to communicate with my friends and being able to FaceTime and still somehow get to communicate with them.
Very good. Alex, what specific resources have you found most helpful to you as you learn virtually?
I would say reaching out for help, not only to teachers but counselors, using online resources such as Khan Academy and other different websites to help me learn and get the best learning possible.
And from your perspective, what specific things can parents out there do to help their student who's learning virtually?
I would say give them more freedom, being understandable with the situation we are on, and knowing that it's definitely something new for everyone, no matter the age. So being more understandable with them, letting them, for example, in school, create their own schedule, being understandable of different situations that they might be going through, and just being there for them, checking up on them for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Alex, how has the pandemic affected the way you prepare for the next grade in higher education?
Um, it's helped me prepare in various ways. I can now say that I have the ability to study virtually and also in the in-person learning. So it's definitely a tool that I could possibly use in the future, which is good. But it's also prepared me to react in a positive way to unprecedented times. So that's good.
Very good. And speaking of unprecedented times, has a pandemic awakened fears in you about your future or the future of your community in Ventura?
Yeah, at the beginning it did. I play club soccer, and at first I was scared of not being able to get the exposure out there to all the different colleges and just not being able to get my name to the different coaches around the area, and that really scared me knowing that I could possibly not play the sport that I love in college, which is something that I've been dreaming about since I was younger. So that definitely did awake some fear. Also, the fear of seeing one of my family members passing away from the virus, and but overall, after a long period of time, everything started getting better thanks to the community, all the doctors, all the different organizations. They've done a pretty good job, and they've helped me take that fear away.
Very good. Along that same vein of unprecedented times, these are unprecedented times for your generation. Have you had the opportunity to discuss a pandemic with your grandparents or older adults in your life and learn any words of wisdom from them about what was life changing in their time that you can apply to get through these times?
Yeah, so I recently talked to my grandmother about it. She says that everyone goes through different things in their life, but the best thing we can do is look at life from a positive perspective, knowing that everything not everything lasts forever, And in this case, I'm hopeful that this pandemic can end sometime soon so we can all go to our normal lives and continue with them.
Sage words, sage words. Well, Alex, if there's one thing you could impress upon our viewers today, what would that one thing be?
It would probably to it would probably be face your challenges with a good attitude and always never take things for granted because they can be taken away from you. Unfortunately, I've had family members um, dying because of the virus, so it's really sad that I took them for granted and seeing them. So making sure you always tell your loved ones that you love them, always be happy with your family and what you have, and yeah.
Well, Alex, I really want to thank you for all your time that you've given it to us today. That's all the time we have for today's show. My name is Monique Nowlin, and until next time, thank you for watching Our Ventura TV.